Happy Friday, everybody. It's Jamie Green, the Solar Queen, and I have a really fun show in store for you today. If you're tuning in for the first time, I interview business owners, entrepreneurs, and side hustlers, and hear their stories about how they got started, why they got started, and what they're doing and where they're going. So if you want to impress your customers with a really unique custom gift or card, my guest this week, Kellen Ann, is going to share all about it. And so hang tight and I'll have her right on. Okay, we're live.
We're live, yay!
And I have Kellen Ann on this week on my show. I'm so excited to have you on the show to just interview you and get to know you more and have the audience get to know you and what you do. So welcome.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be on your show too.
It's so fun. So Kellen and I have met through the internet. We met through, how did we actually meet? Was it through Ken Wall's group?
I think it was Grow Live where we actually started communicating together.
Yeah, so Grow Live Academy, which is Ken Wall's. He's been a guest on, I think, both of our shows. You were recently on his show, but Ken Wall's has taught us how to go live and how to do it properly. I still have some modules to go through in the lesson, but Ken, along with his course, he includes a coaching call on a weekly basis, and that's how Kellen and I met. And the Gittimers have spoken. I actually heard about you from the Gittimers first. They were talking about the lovely cards that you make. So Kellen, I'll do a brief introduction. Kellen makes these amazing, beautiful cards, custom handmade cards called Cards That Wow. That's her company. And so Kellen, I would love for you to share, one, where do you live? And what's the weather like where you're at?
But I live in Moraga, California, which is just east of San Francisco.
Yeah.
And you live north of me. And I don't know if you had the same hail that just a few minutes, like an hour ago, it was hailing here. And
okay, so we have had showers throughout the day. We just saw some rainbows. So it's been a crazy weather day here in the Bay Area of California.
Yeah, but I was thinking today, God, are we going to be another drought? Because it hasn't rained that much.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I look out the window and it's pouring. And then, of course, my mom wanted to go to CVS in the middle of the hailstorm. But that's okay. I survived. I didn't melt.
Yeah. Well, okay, so Kellen and I, we do live in the same area, but we have yet to meet in person just because of COVID and social distancing. But we've been, in the same circles for the last probably 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
And so talk a little bit about what you did before you started your business. What's your history or your background and what you've done for careers and jobs?
Well, I'm just going to fast forward to the last 17 years. Okay. I was a commercial, actually, I still am a commercial real estate broker. I just don't practice. I just don't sell. I just have my license.
Gotcha.
So I did that for 17 years. And then I tried some other different jobs. And then I ended up at, most recently I worked as a sales director for a commercial real estate media company, which was really cool. I had my creativity working but then COVID and 60% of my income went away when events went away.
Oh my gosh, events. So you put on corporate events, client events for people?
Well, we hosted panels, commercial real estate topics, and people would come to those and I would sell sponsorships for those. And then we also had a digital platform and a magazine that was printed, and it was really cool. But it just took a walloping with the COVID. So I was, thinking about doing, I thought I've never done anything creative for my career. And I have a degree in 3-dimensional studio art, and economics, the double. And I never did anything with it. And so I used to, you're crafty, just like I am. I would hand make all my daughter's invitations to her parties, and everybody go, "Oh, these are so cute. You just sell them." And then I made cards for each one of my businesses because I handwrite thank you notes to all my clients. I've been doing that my whole life. So finally, I sent a card to Ron Goodwin. And he's like, "These are so cool. You should sell these." And I said, "Oh, Ronnie, nobody can afford these." He laughed at me and he says, "No, because you're looking at the wrong audience." And once I shifted my audience, and Jen Gittimer coached me a little bit, and she's helping me, and it's like a whole, my life is like so awesome.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. Doug Wing says, "Hello, ladies." Hi, Doug.
Is he driving yet?
I know. We were wondering if you're driving. Doug's moving from Utah to Arizona to get to warmer weather. We hope you're doing well today, Doug. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. Thanks for
so then you, after COVID hit and you found you were not, were you let go, or did you just?
Well, it's funny because I was meeting my goals. They lowered them, of course, but I was knocking it out of the park. Oh my God, I was working so hard for half the money.
Oh yeah.
And it was just getting harder and harder. And then I started getting more traction with the cards, and I was planning to, give them my notice in January. But they ended up laying me off in December.
Okay.
But they paid me through December. So, it was, we left
just this last December.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. So you were working, but at the same time you were building your business.
Right. Up until 2:00 in the morning. Cause I was very careful I didn't want them to think I was using their time that they're paying me for to do my cards. So I had so many late nights, but it was so fun once I got the things done. And once I get making cards like yours, I think you were at 2:00 in the morning night too, but I didn't realize it because I'm just doing it. And then, I finish it and I'm happy and I go, oh, and then I look up and go, oh, it's 2.
Yeah.
Is it afternoon or morning? But I can go on forever with these things. I just love putting them together.
So you're making custom cards. And then I'm going to show the people right now the card, because I ordered cards from you for my customers this year. And so I had my, logo done. I don't know. Let's see. Can you see that? I don't know if it's going to.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just not really clear, or it's not really sharp, but look at the intricacy of my logo. I was like, I remember messaging you going, Kellen, I have a really, what would you call this? A very delicate logo. And you managed to do it. And it's 3-dimensional. So it's like, it's raised. It's not a flat, it's paper, glittery, beautiful paper. And you made it happen. And I attached these to some cookie tins from Honolulu Cookie Company, which I love.
And matched perfectly, didn't I?
And you matched the ribbon perfectly, and you had a really nice message printed on the back. And I was when they came in, I was just so pleased. And I kept an extra one just so I could, have a good memory of my holiday cards. And then you sent this really cool, wishing you a 2021 of wow. So a New Year's card, and it's just, it's so unique, and it's not something you're just gonna toss in the garbage.
Probably not right away.
Because they're handmade and made with love. So
they are. Blood, sweat, tears, and love.
Yeah. So when did you start really getting into card making, and what are some other products that you're making other than cards?
Well, I started out with the cards, and I do a lot of them with logos and corporate branding type things, so that when you send a thank you card to your client for something like, an order or sponsorship or whatever it may be, you send them that handwritten note, and it shows up, and the first thing they do is open it because it's, it's not a bill, and it's not an email that can kind of maybe accidentally get overlooked. It's something tangible. They open it up, and when it pops out at you, and you think, whoa, a lot of people actually do say, wow.
Yeah.
And then a step further, they'll keep it on their desk or near them because it's, it's so kind of cool to look at. Yeah. So you're around and you're top of mind. So then I took it a step further, and I don't have one I don't have one because I shipped them all out, but I make frames, and I can show you a graduation one. So imagine this is a corporate brand. Okay. So you give this to one of your top clients, or order them for your 6 top clients with their logo on it. They get it for Christmas. They hang it up in their office. Every flipping day, they're going to remember you and see you and be top of mind because of the beautiful thought that was put into the gift that you gave them.
Yeah.
So that's my way. That's why I want to help you stand out and always be the first person that somebody will think of when they're looking for your service.
That's amazing, because I mean, who goes to that? I mean, there's not I don't know of very many like services that actually do this type of customized artwork, because it really is artwork, three-dimensional artwork, that's custom to a company or a brand or I just don't know that. So it's really kind of fascinating that you have carved out this niche of a business, and you're going after it, and
yeah, and
you're killing it.
and I'm not now. I've kind of branched out. I'm not just doing corporate branding anymore. Like I did an announcement, a wedding or an engagement announcement in a frame that said we decided on forever, and then it has their date and the time that they were engaged, and then I have some things I'm doing for when people lose their pets.
Oh,
a little memorial. I made this for somebody.
I just know so many people. I feel like every day I'm meeting someone or see someone who lost their pet, and it's so hard to lose a pet.
It is.
So
It
hard.
is. My best friend from high school made me this when my cat died. Bud. I loved him. He loved that cat.
Yeah.
And she just wrote on a frame. She painted it blue, and she wrote, and then she put this saying on, and then she put a picture of Bud in there. And that, I mean, it's still on my desk. It's like, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I don't want to be morbid or anything, but
it's a memory. You want to always my dog. It's been 4 years since our dog passed away, and the most I did for her was I took her paw prints. The day that we took her up to have her put to sleep. I mean, she was miserable. It was I feel bad for even making her suffer as long as but she was still happy. She walked up to the vet because it was a neighborhood vet and everything, and I took her paw prints, and that was about it. And then I've taken hundreds of pictures of her and our kids.
We could put anything in there. We could put a collar. We could put a tag. Well, it's just, So I made this for a friend whose puppy died. He died in January, and I'm just like, I don't want to give it to him right away because he's going to go crazy and cry. So I'm like,
But the thoughtfulness. I mean, I think that staying top of mind for your customers or for friends or for family. I mean, I'm sure, do you make a lot of handmade gifts for your family during the holidays and birthdays?
Actually, you know how the painter's house is never painted?
Yeah.
Well, I did make 2 things for my nieces. I made an announcement for my niece, and then my other niece who's not getting married because she's too young. I made her just a wall, something for her bedroom. But it's just like going crazy. I can do anything. I mean, if
you can
3-dimensional and sparkly, call me.
So it's all do you do apparel, like customized shirts?
No,
just a lot of the art, like the card art or the
frames, and I'm thinking about doing some paintings that I can incorporate the glitter paper with. I'm going to do a silhouette of one of my pugs, see how it turns out, just with like a duotone kind of thing, and then do some paper to make it 3-dimensional. But I haven't finished it yet, so I don't know if it's worthy of posting. But I'm always trying new things.
Have you been creative your whole life?
Yes.
What are some things that you really have been passionate about that you're starting to incorporate into your card making business now?
I think it was all for my daughter. When she had a birthday party, I made invitations, but then I went a step further. Like if we did a SpongeBob SquarePants party, we had life-size SpongeBob SquarePants and all the characters. And then I'd create a background so people that came to the party, they could get a picture taken and, have a memory. And then when I wrote thank you notes for Emily for the gifts, I would put that picture on the on the thank you note as a little memory thing. And
Wow.
so I helped my friend with some preschool graduations. We did Chicka Chicka
Boom,
Boom,
boom. Ticka, ticka, boom, boom.
Rumble in the Jungle. I did those themes. Emily's Room, whenever she wanted to change the theme of it, I did it. I mean, and I actually probably I could have done that for a living because people
Yeah.
would come to the parties and I had Clifford the Big Red Dog one time, and
Oh
and
my
then
God.
I painted this ginormous dog house, and then I forget the name of the two characters, and the kids got to pose with Clifford. It was just
Oh,
so
well, now the new books that everybody loves are like our Piggy and Gerald. My kids
uh-huh.
love Piggy and Gerald. Um,
Yeah.
at least my daughter. I mean, they're really funny books. Mo
Yeah.
Willems is the author, and I mean, there. I'm sure there's so many things you could different
Well, I gotta
angles.
be careful of trademarks and things like that, but,
Yeah, that's
using it for my personal I wasn't selling it
yeah,
for this
yeah.
thing. But, yeah, people have hired me to do their girls' bedrooms and, paint their bedrooms, and then, I didn't with real estate, I didn't get to do any of that stuff except for my daughter, but,
Mhm.
I needed that outlet, so I volunteered and taught art K through 5 for 14 years.
Oh my
And then
gosh, I didn't know that.
Yes, I taught art to the kids, and that was I was like, "Okay, I would have gone crazy if I didn't have something arty in
Yeah.
my life."
What other art mediums do you do, or do you enjoy doing? Obviously, painting is one of them.
I taught the kids everything. We would have
Wow.
a clay day, a sculpture day, we would have we didn't do oils, we did acrylics, we did watercolors, we did sketching. There's a fundraiser that we signed up for. It was an art auction, and I found a door, just an old door that wasn't used, and we did is it Andy Pollock, the one who splattered the paint?
Oh, I don't know.
I might be wrong, and somebody can correct me if I am. Um, but I had all the kids get paintbrushes, and they were splattering paint all over the door, and it ended up raising $500 for
Oh
the
my goodness.
yeah, and so the kids got to learn about an artist, they got to learn about a process, and
Yep.
they got to learn how to help people, make money for a good cause, so that was kind of fun thing.
What a cool lesson to teach children,
Yeah,
and to probably express themselves and not worry about what other people
right,
think about their art. Because I remember growing up going, "My art's not good enough," or is always I was a perfectionist, and so I wanted my art to be perfect. And
right,
even with music, I wanted it to be perfect without any flaws, and so it's a powerful lesson to teach children just to express themselves and not to be fearful or worry, about what other people think about
right.
them.
My
Yeah.
favorite grade was 3rd grade because that was kindergarten, 1st, 2nd, they're little, like, lemmings and, dog lemon but they're cute,
Yeah.
and everything that I think they did was wonderful. There was never any lousy art in my world.
Right.
The 3rd grade is when they're starting to get independent thinking, they're not listening to their parents that much, they're, like, in a zone. I can't explain it, but they're in this zone. But then once 4th and 5th happens, they start getting the reactions of their parents' personalities, and it was sad too because I know there were some kids there that, I just felt bad for them.
Oh.
And I knew that, you can tell by their drawings kind of what their life might look like.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I was hoping to change it, just give them a
Mhm.
piece of their world that it wasn't their bad home life
Right.
but unfortunately, I was correct on 2 of them and, they were in juvenile, and it's just like, ugh, it just kills me because I couldn't save them, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and art is such a powerful form of self-expression, I mean, I
It
think of
is,
art,
well, and
it's the ultimate way, I think.
right, and there's no critics. I mean,
Mhm.
there's critics, but not really.
Right.
And so I finally got set up to teach art here in Oakland,
Uh-huh.
got fingerprinted, everything ready to go, and then COVID hit. So so now I have to wait until they open the schools again, but
Yeah, well, hopefully sooner than later, maybe
yeah,
within the year or so. I mean, we'll see what
no,
happens.
yeah.
So, share how you started your business, like the Cards That Wow business. It came out of the COVID situation. You just started your business this year, or I guess in 2020, because we're in
4 months ago.
2021. 4 months ago.
Yeah.
What was that process like for you? Did
I
you
just
know how to
jumped
do
in.
it?
No. Well, I've had a business before, so I knew all the filing things, the DBA, all that stuff, and the resale license. I knew all that stuff. But
Yeah.
I just decided I would send people a card, and they would 9 times out of 10, this is my business model. They
Yeah.
would like it, they would call me, they would order. So that has been keeping me busy until I've gotten my social media kind of lined up, because I was horrible with social media. I mean, I barely did Facebook. And then, in the Clubhouse, you have to be Instagram. So now I've got my Instagram getting caught up a little bit. But right now, that's what I'm doing. Is I have some friends, I have some great friends that ordered from me through Christmas. And now I am just I sent out probably 15 samples this week. So next week I'll probably get 2 or 3 orders. So just, it's kind of, it's slowly building.
Yeah.
And then eventually, with my new virtual assistant, my social media is going to be able to funnel people in. And then I'll be, I'm making a coloring book on 3 ways to wow your clients.
Oh, that's great.
And that's going to be, the lead magnet to get them to sign up to my email. And then I'll be able to do like a once a month email thing. I'm not going to do every day, just once a month.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're really going, like, you're really kind of at the ground level of your business.
Yeah.
But you're moving and shaking and getting clients, which is what business is all about.
Well, and Joe Soto, he had this class, it was 6 modules, and it was starting a business or reviving your business. And it was perfect timing. I'm like, so I did that, and I'm following Joe's rules right now and just building as I can.
Joe's so smart and so resourceful. So Christina, hi Christina. Christina's a friend of mine. She was a guest on my show a few weeks back. She's an accountant. So if you need accounting help. Yeah. So if you need accounting, you can reach out to Christina. She does, but you might, I don't know if you do your own accounting, but she's great. She helps me with my stuff. But she wants to know how she can get in contact with you.
Oh, you can contact me on Facebook.
Yep. So here you go, Christina. Here's your Instagram, Cards That Wow.
And then my email is Kellen@cardsthatwow.com.
Kellen@cardsthatwow.com. So here, I'll scroll that across the bottom.
Sweet, thanks.
Yeah, so Instagram, you can follow, let's see, show. There you go.
That's so cool how you do that.
Kellen@cardsthatwow.com. I think I actually went to your website, which is just cardsthatwow.com, and I filled out your contact form.
So I think you're one of the 15 people that are in my email list.
Oh, great. Yay.
You and Cynthia Mannion. And it's like, but I haven't done anything with it, so be patient, please.
No, it's good. It's all good. It's all good.
I'm a work in progress.
Yeah, and then your Facebook page. Now, let's talk a little bit aside from your Cards That Well card business. So you're sending out your cards, the samples, and then you get orders, like people order. Let's see. We have a comment coming in. Oh, Christine says, got it. Thank you. You're welcome, Christina. Thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying today's crazy fun weather. There was a rainbow across the street and it went right into our neighbor's house. So I took a picture and texted it to them and said, looks like your pot of gold's in your house.
That's cool.
So other than the card making business, you're doing a live show too, right? You have a show of your own. You have 2 shows. You have the Shell and Kel.
Candidly Speaking with Shell and Kel.
Candidly Speaking. And then you have your what's the other show that you're doing?
I just rebranded it. It was Kellen's Coffee Talk, but now it's Ignite Your Wow. And I'm interviewing people that I think they wow me, and I want people to learn how they discovered it and how they became who they are.
Yes. I think I saw one of them recently with Corey Calvin.
Yep, that was Tuesday. He was so fun.
Yeah, I think I caught the replay, and it was funny because I think you guys were talking about having him fly out so he can see.
Yeah, so he's going to do that.
Oh, so we'll have to find a place to go and
meet up. Trying to meet him, like you and is it
Charles?
Charles.
Yeah, I don't know anybody else in the area that is.
Brad? Oh, Brad's in San Diego. He's down south. But anyway, we're all gonna meet. That'll be so fun.
Yeah, it will be so fun. I just can't wait for COVID to kind of be done and behind us, and people can, travel and see each other and meet
Amen.
each other. Because that's, it's just, I think it's part of us as humans. Like, I think that's why things like Clubhouse and things like this, where, we can actually have a conversation and share it, share your business and share what you do and everything, and people can learn
Right.
about what you like. I have a Cricut. I have a
I know, I'm
card.
gonna buy it from you.
Yeah, I know. I need to still take the pictures of it. But I don't I'm like, I want to do it, but I just would rather have someone who's passionate and enjoys it and just have you do it instead. So I know for me, I'm a customer of yours to just be able, throughout the year for different customers as they come on. I actually probably should put in another order for some custom cards to be made for thank you cards,
Okay.
So yeah. So
Well,
anyway,
I have the template, so
yeah, it's already saved. Although I bet you probably would rather have a not so crazy, intricate and delicate.
I love it, but it's so pretty. I mean, it turned out
Yeah,
so pretty.
it
I
did.
had to manipulate the wording a little bit because that's not exactly how your logo is, but I just thought it worked, and that was the way it worked, so we went with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. So okay, you have all you have all your equipment. Is it
Mhm,
just you making the cards?
mhm. Right now, yeah.
Wow.
I've got a really big order coming up that my daughter's gonna have to help me with
She's
because
gonna
it's
have to help
700
you.
cards.
Yeah. That's incredible. I mean, I
Yeah.
think it's, and I think one of the things the reason why I started this show, and I started this show in October, I believe it's October, because I was so fascinated by the things that people are doing, to get creative and to start businesses that maybe they never thought they wanted to, but they didn't know how to do it, or they didn't think, oh, yeah, But I feel like during this time of COVID, it's really forced people to be creative, to think outside the box, and really to um, put themselves out there to start
Mhm.
something that maybe they would have not otherwise have done had we not had this lockdown and this time, such as this, to just have the I don't know what I was going to say, to have the balls to do it, the courage. I mean, I don't have balls, but to have
I'll
the
tell
courage
you the COVID,
the
I used it as a time for self-development and, um, creating a higher value of myself for
Mhm.
myself, and when with Jeffrey Gitomer's morning show, and I tell this story all the time, that his ding changed my life, the
Oh.
notification on my phone, because I met 22 other people that are like-minded, and we call ourselves the mega minds, and
Mhm.
without those people, I don't know where I would have been, because we created a page that was a safe place to try video. Yeah, I was afraid to do a Zoom. I was
Yeah.
afraid to go on Zoom
Yeah.
in February, and then, 5 months later, I'm doing 2 shows. So, I mean, it was just a grow as a chance for me to grow, but I'll tell you what, I've always been go for the gold kind of,
Yeah.
and I do that with everything in my life. I do it with my business, I do it with my daughter, and it's like I don't look back. That's all I can say is I just push through and just go through the troubles because I know they're gonna be worth it in the end for the result.
I love that. It's kind of like go big or go home,
Right,
right? What's the worst thing that could happen?
right. I was just talking about that with somebody today. It was a counselor with my daughter. They kept telling her, you're only gonna be able to go to a junior college, because she has an IEP. And
Okay.
when she came to Miramani, she had a 3rd grade reading level at 9th grade.
Okay.
But I brought her here
Mhm.
for the IEP, for the tutoring. They took care of her. They
Oh,
'Cause
they nurtured her and they took the time to
they had the
help her.
tools and the
Yeah.
resources, and they knew what to do. The other schools just said, "Some kids are C students, you need to accept that." And long story short, they started saying, "Well, they were talking to me personally. They're like, your daughter really can't go to a four-year college." And I said, "Why not?" He goes, "Well, we
Mhm.
think you should be pushing her more towards the 2-year college." And I'm like, "No, she'll be fine. She knows what she's doing." And I've just been dying to tell you this. She just got her, she passed all the requirements to get into a 4-year college, and she's talking to the coach to play basketball. It's
Oh my
like,
gosh.
in your face, everybody. And
Yeah. Watch me.
don't tell me no.
That's right.
That's the point I'm trying to say, is they're telling me to, have her shoot for JC. And I'm like, no, I'm going to have her shoot for the 4-year, because if she doesn't get the 4-year, the JC is still something of an accomplishment. But for her to reach it, she called me today. I'm like going to be in tears.
Oh, I bet. What a proud moment in life for your daughter and for you, and to just persevere and push through.
If you knew what we had to go through for this, her dad didn't want her to play basketball. The teachers were, the elementary school teachers did, they weren't rooting for her. It was like the hardest 3 years of my life, but
Yeah.
I'm like so glad it was worth it.
It's so worth it. And
Yeah.
and Solana says hello. Hi, Solana. I don't know. Have you met or been in any of the same clubhouses as Solana?
I think I have.
Yeah.
I haven't been there as much lately because I've just been so busy, and I can't, I'll be there for like 7 hours. So
yeah, it's hard. I went on for a little bit last night while I was doing some work, but it's like I would say the honeymoon phase is worn off.
Yes. And I love to listen to Glenn, but I can't usually stay as long as he can. He's got much more what is it, perseverance or whatever it is. He can handle it longer than I can. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go.
It's a perfect platform for.
I love it though. It's like, with my events, when my events got taken away, the main reason people would come was there were people that they wanted to get in front of were going to be either speaking or attending. So it was a place to network face to face.
Yeah.
And this is networking where Zoom's great. You can invite people, but this is like the epitome of networking right now. And that's what I'm using it for.
Yeah.
Solana. I did go in a clown group one night, and it was really
fun. That's funny. Solana says, love Clubhouse, only 1 hour a day. It's so addicting. So right. if you're watching, you don't know what Clubhouse is, it's this app, and it's only for iPhone users at the moment, but it's like an interactive podcast, and you can go into all these different rooms of different groups of speakers. You can host any topic that you want to talk about or listen. So much value is being given in those rooms, and advice, and people are giving out money for just being in their club room.
I won $100.
You did?
Yeah, the second. Remember the 2 days I was on there straight?
Yeah.
I'm like, I didn't even know I won. He brought me up to the stage, and I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, you just won $100. And I said, how?
Just because you were in the audience.
Oh yeah, I'll follow.
Solana says she'll follow you. I met Solana. Solana's been a guest on my show too. She has a product called FuzzleTube, and she's in Arizona.
Yes. Okay.
But I met her through Grant Cardone boot camp, and so that's how Solana and I can. So the silver lining out of all of this is just the incredible people that I've met. Like, I wouldn't have met you had I, not signed up for Ken Walls's course. And now I just I love that group so much. I'm so grateful for them, because it does
family.
Yeah. So the Clubhouse is wonderful. So have you, I know Robbie, I'm going to have Robbie on the show. I have to have him come on
my show too. And then Jay, and then I've got Steve Bacon.
I don't know who that is.
He was in that first group that I was in. You may not have been there. And then Amy Lee, she's on my show.
She's got an amazing voice. See, all these people, I would have never known.
I know. No.
Yeah.
It's like, you think that, COVID brought a lot of us together through Jeffrey Gitomer and Grow Live. But then now there's this whole new component that's bringing us to a whole nother world. And it's so fun. I mean,
it is so fun. So have you seen an uptick in your business since joining Clubhouse?
Yes. And I've noticed an uptick in my Instagram followers, because I had 7. It's a big joke. My TikTok has 12 maybe. But now I think the first 2 days that I did Clubhouse, it grew by 100 people. Wow.
Phil says, ladies, so much energy, and Clubhouse is the new drug. It's kind of true.
That's true.
I think the first weekend I was on it, I had it in my earbuds and I would listen while I was, my kids would be playing their iPads. My husband would be either working out or watching golf or something. And I would be on it and then I would say something and he's like, who are you talking to? or I was really into something and I put it on the dinner table and I would listen. It was terrible. My husband's like, this has got to stop.
I know, there's stuff that you can hear that you won't hear anywhere else. And
it's not recorded either. So it's like,
no.
I mean, that FOMO, they built in the FOMO, the fear of missing out in very well, you know?
Yes.
So,
and you think that, that they have an affiliate link for Apple?
you do?
No, I'm asking because
I don't know.
Apple's the only phone. So does Clubhouse have an affiliate link?
Yeah, no, when that would be.
I was just thinking of Pen.
I just wonder. I'll be surprised I'm curious to see what their phone sales did in the month of December.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Not just for Christmas, but I wonder if it was from Clubhouse, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Clubhouse the beta started before we got on. So
yeah, I think
there might be a steady increase.
Yeah. So, okay, I'll ask this, we're a little over the half-hour mark, but I'm curious, how are you using social media to grow I know it's word of mouth probably, and you're sending out sample cards to customers that you would like to have. How is social media, how are you using social media to market yourself and your brand?
I'm using all of them differently.
Okay.
LinkedIn, I use for corporate connections and possible clients. So I will find them, see if they'll connect with me, try to, go back a little back and forth. So I'm not just like, do you want to?
Yeah. But
if they connect with me, then I research them, find their logo, make the card, send it. Instagram and Facebook I'm just trying to provide value. So I've got a post that'll be about famous love letters, just something fun to listen to. I'm like trying to single-handedly bring back the romance of the handwritten letter.
Yes. I love it.
So
that's how, I was just going to say that's how my father-in-law and mother-in-law built their relationship, was through handwritten letters. She was in Ireland and he was here in San Francisco. And they wrote each other letters, I think, for a whole year.
Wow.
And he proposed to her, and then they got married in Ireland, and then they came back out to San Francisco.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And I just watched The Notebook, too.
Oh, God.
Which I love. I mean, I was telling my husband, I watched it, and I was like, crying all over again.
I know. So I'm just going to have different, I'll be showing different designs. I'll be showing having the love letters, just kind of different fun posty things.
Mm-hmm.
And then TikTok, I am going to be taking parts of my show with my guests and if they say something cool or funny. And then Instagram, I'm going to also we're going to spatter the clips from my show because we're going to repurpose the show.
Oh, because you have your VA.
Yeah, she's doing all that for me.
Oh my gosh. I can't wait to get a VA. Jen Gittimer just actually sent me an introduction to her VA team. So
Is it Louise?
Yeah. So I'm excited
to. Yeah, no, it was, I mean, she started this week and it's like she pulled together, everything's in a calendar and we share a Google Doc and it's really simple and it's taken a lot of pressure off because I suck. Sorry.
That's okay.
Social media. I can't do it. I'm like, I can't do it all. I'm like, I'm lucky if I can post that my show's going live tomorrow.
Right.
My little ad, but she makes the ads too. And she posts them all. And
oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah. So I recommend it. If I think with the link or whoever Jen set you up with, if you go to them, you can download a book and it'll ask you all these questions. Mm-hmm. Do you need this? Do you need this? Do you need that? So it's really helpful in fine tuning what you want to have them do. So that's always
Christina
says your question.
It said, yeah, you did answer my question. Thank you. Christina says, it looks like you're really enjoying Clubhouse. Have to get into it. Christina, I might have an invite for you.
I have one if you need it.
Yeah. So I'll send you a text message, Christine. It is great. It is amazing stuff on there. So,
because you're the one that got me in Clubhouse.
I did. It's really just a fantastic little place, which is, I mean, you could run it all day in the background if you wanted to. It's kind of crazy.
I listen to some of them, like the radio. Like I used to listen to the radio or podcasts or something. But if there's a topic going on and I want to hear about, I'm listening to that, which I think is skewing my time on the radio. Did you freeze? Kellen? Yes, I did. I don't know where. Phil, am I frozen or is just Jamie frozen? Oh, there she is. Okay.
Because I'm streaming.
You're back. I think you're muted.
There we go.
Yeah. You're gone, and I'm like talking, and I'm like, is she?
My kids, I let them play their iPads during my shows, like when I'm recording or like doing an interview. But he has figured out with the iPads, he can like FaceTime his friend and they game, and it just takes all the bandwidth out. Yeah. Kellen says, or Phil says, Kellen helped me get in. Aw, see? Tech is great when it works. Yes, it is. I told my son he's got to turn off his FaceTime. I told him he couldn't play till 3 o'clock just to be on the safe side. So, phew, we made it through that technical quiz. So let's share where people can reach out to you. You can go to Kellen's website, cardsthatwow.com, and you can see a portfolio of some of her work. It's pretty fantastic. Like, it's really kind of cool. That's where I reached out to you, was through your website. If you want to bypass that, you can email her directly at kellen@cardsthatwow.com. And Instagram and Facebook, it really is just facebook.com/cardsthatwow.
I know, it's like cardsthatwow.
No, I'm Jamie Green, the Solar Queen. So it's a really long one. Even my website's like jamiegreenthesolarqueen.com. And I'm sure people could like really mess that up quite a bit, because my name is not spelled traditionally.
True.
Both my first and last name are not spelled traditionally. So, and the Solar Queen, I think, was already taken by somebody. But Instagram, you can go to Cards.wow. And LinkedIn too, right? Your LinkedIn is Cards.wow.
No, it's under Kellen Fisher.
Kellen Fisher. Okay. But this is where you hang out the most, Facebook and Instagram. If you're a corporation, you want to have Kellen make you some custom cards like mine here. And then she made this for her own brand, and a nice, you even had it all on the back. So you should sell these type of things in, like, well, there's lots of things you could do with it when you have.
I can't sell them in stores, or because I don't have inventory.
Oh,
everything's custom.
Yeah.
So I figured I'm too busy now. I'll think about that later if I need to.
Yeah. That makes sense. So reach out to Kellen if you want to wow your customers and your clients, or a family member for an anniversary or birthday, to make you a custom card, gorgeous custom cards. I mean, I just
made the coolest birth announcement.
Aw.
In one of those frames. Yeah, I can do anything.
Yeah. Alan says, Kellen's cards are awesome. Thanks for watching, Alan. And yes, her cards are awesome. I mean, that's all I heard for some time before I even met you. Kellen's cards that wow, you should check them out. Check her out and check out her work. It's like, I mean, Jeffrey was like, it's like art. And Jen goes, it's not, it's just like art. It is art.
They're so sweet.
Oh, look at that. Phil says, wow, they are wowsome. That's a new word. You're getting lots of love, Kellen.
I feel the love. I do.
Yay. And Christina says that she will call you. It is definitely a wow.
Thank you. I can't wait.
Yeah. So
thank you so much, Jamie. I mean, I appreciate you let me talk about my my business, and all. It's just so great to chat with you. And
yeah, I'm so happy that you came on and started, to help me start the new year with with you being a guest on the show. Oh, Christina says, I loved Jamie's cards. Oh, thanks, Christina. Yeah, so, okay, hang tight. I'm going to just kind of go on and share about next week's shows.
Thank you.
Thanks for being on today, Kellen.
Thank you.
It. Okay, hang on just a second. Okay, so if you weren't wowed, I don't know what's wrong with you, but Kellen really does wowed me with her cards, and you will wow your customers with a custom-made card by Cards That Wow. So I really encourage you to reach out to Kellen if that's something that you would like to do for your customers. So I have a really fun announcement. I am going to start doing my show, Kickstart Conversations, on Wednesdays and Fridays. So next week, I have a guest. His name is Kirk Moat, and he sells defibrillators and air purifiers that will clean out the air and kill viruses, including the COVID virus. It's pretty amazing. I didn't even think that, heart defibrillators were a thing that you could have in your home, but after speaking with him, he was sharing about the importance of that. It's different than like having a heart attack, but just the need to have a defibrillator in your home could really save a loved one's life. So he's going to come on and share about that next Wednesday at 2:00. And until then, I hope that you guys have a wonderful weekend, and may it be sunny where you're at. I don't know. I haven't looked at the weather, but I'm enjoying the rainbows and the refreshing rain. So I hope you guys have a great weekend wherever you are at, and we'll see you guys next week.